On today's show, I'm bringing back a returning guest. He was on my show back in August 11th of this year. We're talking about no other than PC Limited. You can find them on the OTC markets under the ticker symbol PCTL. And with us today, we have two guests. One is Gary Grieco. He is the CEO and chairman of the company. And then also we have the financial officer, the CFO of the company, Miss Marion, Sofield. I thank you both for coming on the show. And Gary, I'll start with you first. A lot of talk out there about UK. So where do we go from here? What is the size and the scope?
Thank you for asking the question, because you're right. We're getting a lot of questions about it. I'm going to give you some statistics I just received. The National Health System, the NHS, who the deal is with, has a $100 billion healthcare budget. They have over 1 million employees. So it's obviously huge. The difference in the way of the major difference in the way they operated is that they have a series of what they call hospital trusts. What we would have here in the States is, for example, we do business with Presbyterian Hospital in New York City. Well, it isn't one, it's 9, I think they've got in New York. And that's the way their system is set up. There may be 27 in one trust, 40 in another, but every single one of them is responsible to and controlled by the national healthcare system. The exciting part about the current events is that we've been waiting quite a long time to initiate a business in the UK. I know people get tired of hearing it, but by God, I hear it. I still hear it every day. How much the coronavirus has impacted people in their daily lives and their businesses, etc. And the same is held true there. The significant difference is we have received, finally, purchase order with money to initiate 2 areas. 1, which we've been talking about, the hospitals, and 2, just the general fluid sales to other, not only healthcare, but to other businesses, et cetera, like what we instituted here 6 months ago or so. It's exciting for us to finally be moving forward with something that the impact of this company over the couple of coming years could be tens of millions of dollars, just based upon the amount of hospitals. And we're looking at hospitals, not necessarily, just like in this country, assisted living. They're the much smaller facilities. They're also part of the users, but what I'm talking about is the hospitals themselves. It can become an enormous profit center for this company, and we're looking forward to have it develop into that.
Have you given it any thought about going with some sort of distribution companies over there also?
Well, yes. They have signed a situation with a company called Filtra, which is a pretty large worldwide, but primarily in the UK and Western Europe, but they even have some things in the States and in other areas. So that is going to be their marketing arm to the non-hospital. That was announced a couple of weeks ago in the UK, not only in a very verbose press release, but a 8-minute television on the television channels. It's a huge event over there. The people have wanted, and the people here do want the same thing, is addressing the problems with healthcare and hospitals. Absolutely.
Gary, I want to change gears here just for a second, talk about the beta oil testing. How's that going? Where are we at in that?
Okay. Just like the statistics I gave, we put out a cautionary statement with every press release. I'm going to give you a verbal cautionary statement about what I want to say. We have been working on this project for 2-3 years. It's been strictly lab-based, laboratory-based and testing in labs. The results have been, I don't want to get too excited, extremely exciting to us. So we are now moving to a situation where we formed a collaborative partnership with an oil and gas company out of Holdenville, Oklahoma. We've got one of their properties which has 7 producing wells with an injection well in the middle. We have all kinds of historical data. And in about 4 weeks, we are going to be commencing a test on that particular lease and those wells. It's going to take months to get the real results. It isn't like baking something where you can taste it, or cooking something. We have got to do, what we're going to do is got to travel through a formation, and it has to go between the wells. That takes a long time. So the deeper the well, the longer the communication takes. We have selected some wells that are best suited to us. We were initially going to do some shallower wells, but they were steam treated for a year or two. So therefore, they've got a lot of water in the formation, and the data that we would have available to us included that enhancement. The one we've selected has not had any secondary testing done on it since its inception. That's virgin. It's perfect for us. So that we've got historical production data. What we hope and expect to see is a significant increase in production.
Gary, I'm sitting at home and I'm listening to this interview and I'm thinking, I bought into your company anywhere from, say, 30 days to 300 days ago, and I thought I was in a company that was developing and providing some sustainable environmental safety disinfecting and tracking technology products, and now you're telling me we're getting into the oil business?
Well, we're not getting in the oil business. We're taking the same technology that attracted you. Its applications are much greater than just healthcare. It may sound really strange, Everett. The problems that exist that we're trying to solve exist in human beings, exist in animals, and they're bacterial or viral problems that we believe what we're doing will eliminate those. And just like we're saying, we make a person gets healthier when the sickness goes away. Oil and gas production will increase when you remove those impediments. Got
it. All right. I understand it. Marion, you've been so patient waiting. I have a couple of questions for you. One, if you could maybe explain on recent internet upgrading, where are we at on that and where do we go from here?
Well, it's so nice to be on the show with you, Everett. I've listened to you for quite a time now. I wanted to tell you about our new initiatives, and we have plenty of developments regarding our ongoing projects. With regard to that critical element of marketing, web development, which includes website redesign and digital initiatives, we've just recently retained the services of Armalou Marketing. They're a Virginia-based advertising and marketing firm. They're going to assist us with our marketing acquisition and branding efforts. And it's going to be a ground-up redesign of the PCTL website with new pages, features, and functionality. Really exciting. They're a fresh group, and we need fresh when it comes to our brand.
Absolutely.
Additional photos and video content creation, all kinds of technical improvements, search engine optimization enhancements, and a lot of other initiatives that will be forthcoming to help improve our digital presence, our brand positioning, as well as our marketing and outreach efforts. We're going to be beginning to meet with the Armalou Group here very soon, and we'll be shoring up that digital presence very soon. One other thing I wanted to discuss is our late filings and how they are a thing of the past. They were a result of domino effect that was mainly exacerbated by the onset of the coronavirus pandemic and then those travel restrictions that we've all had to live through. But on our end, which I own completely, we have taken measures to be better prepared by closing our quarter and period and endeavoring to accurately reconcile our accounts and statements throughout the period instead of at or after the period's end. And as we settle more and more of the company's convertible debt, our derivative accounting is becoming more and more manageable and less cumbersome. And our expectations are to file on time in the future. And I just mentioned the convertible debt, which is my least favorite thing to talk about. But I do want to make a very significant statement about it, Everett. There have been no conversions on the convertible debt since the end of 2019. And I just want to punctuate that. I also wanted to just add that we're only as good as our staff, and we are so wealthy when it comes to staff. We have recently hired 2 new team members in my department, thankfully, and we're hiring and training as we can in other departments. I wanted to let you know, and I imagine most of your listeners already know this, finding the right candidates can take a lot of time. And then we put a great deal of time and energy into training those team members. This business isn't an easy-to-learn business, but it is a business. So we just keep applying sound business practices. We put our own unique spin on our world-changing products, and we remind everyone every day that we are working here to leave a legacy in this world.
Well, one, congratulations on getting the stop sign off of the OTC markets, and 2, I guess the next play that you guys would possibly ponder and think about is moving up to the OTC QB.
You know what? We're just finishing up our application. We had a couple inquiries, and right now I'm working through their dashboard to get our logo uploaded. Right. But we'll speak more about that when it happens.
Well, my guest today has been Marion Sofield and also Gary Grieco. I want to thank both of you for coming on the show today to put some light on your company. As for me, I still think you guys are grossly undervalued. That's my personal opinion. Here below 3 cents a share. Hopefully you guys will come back on the show in 40 or 50 days and give us an update.
We would love to do that.
Yes.
Thanks for your time today.
This program is entirely sponsored and produced by La Jolla Media LLC, which is responsible for the content. The opinions and information provided on this program are for educational and research purposes. Stock Day encourages all listeners of this program to do their due diligence and research when determining investment strategies that will work for them, or to seek the assistance of an investment professional.